Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back. I learned a couple things overnight. I gotta buy another monitor so I can start. I saw my man eat MTR, the way he does videos, the way he manipulates the video, and I'm learning all that stuff. So I got another monitor coming. We'll be doing that soon, and a microphone. So I'm not like these other broke YouTubers that need YouTube money to get their channel better. I just need the information on how to do it because I've already got a little bit of money, so I can make it happen. I just don't want to waste money, so I want to make sure I'm getting the right equipment. So anyway, I came across this guy named Linley Richter. He's out of Tennessee. He's a divorce attorney. Boy, he's got some horror stories, and I haven't heard these yet. I heard some earlier today. Somebody sent me these, but let's check them out.
Most guys don't like paying child support, and I know why.
Oh, shit.
And this is especially true in states that are income-based, where the more money you make and the less money the mother makes, the more you're going to have to pay. And here's the deal. When you are ordered to pay child support and you pay it, you've got no control whatsoever over what happens to that money. In other words, the mother of your child could be buying alcohol or drugs with that money for all you know. Or she could be buying food and clothes for the child like she's supposed to. She could be spending money on her boyfriend, going out on dates. You just don't know, and you don't have control over that. And that's unfortunate, but it is a reality of the system that we have. Guys, you've got to step up to the plate and pay child support regardless. You've got to understand that no matter what, you've got to consider that money to be for the benefit of the child, even if the mother is not spending it for the child. That's just a reality. If you don't do that, you're going to find yourself in trouble.
Yeah, guys. Unfortunately, the way the system is set up, if you don't pay, they will lock you up. Now, your ex can keep the kids from you. They don't enforce that part of the court order. But they enforce the part of the court order where the county and the state gets interest. Yep. I bet you 30 to 40% goes to the county or state that you live in when you pay child support. So if you pay $100 in child support, only 60 to 70 of it go to your children, and the rest goes to the state or the county. Let's see what he says next.
Been saving for retirement and invested it in his wife's business. They were both hoping that that business would be successful.
I'm going to start that one over. Hold
on. Most guys don't like paying child support. Husband took $100,000 out of his 401k that he'd been saving for retirement and invested it in his wife's business. They were both hoping that that business would be successful and could generate enough money for them to retire. It didn't. It wasn't successful. It went belly up. He lost every bit of that $100,000. Well, the parties got divorced about 2 years later. He argued before the judge that he should get that $100,000 back. After all, that was his retirement account. And he invested in his wife's business, being good-natured, and the business failed. Now he wants that money back. The judge said, no, you're not getting that money back. That was a marital transaction. It occurred during the marriage. You invested that money knowing the risk. If the business had been successful and was worth $2 million now, you'd be wanting $1 million of it, and I would give you $1 million of it. You took the risk. You're going to have to suffer the loss. What do you think about that? Do you think the judge was right in that regard, or do you think he should have given the husband his money back?
I think the judge should have, if it was available, the judge should have gave him half his money back. He should have got half his bread back if it's available in the settlement. But it doesn't sound like there was any money available in that settlement. Yeah, I think half would have been fair. It's her business. If the roles were reversed and she put nothing into the business, she could walk away with half. So let's not forget the big stories like Dr. Dre and these big rich guys that have to pay half their money to women that had nothing to do with their business. So keeping a spirit of fairness, I would say half his money would be fair.
Do you smoke pot?
Oh,
You have
I
a
do.
kid? Is your kid affected by your marijuana use?
No.
What if you're using medical marijuana? Does that make a difference?
Yes.
What if it's prescribed by a doctor?
It is.
What if you have a hot screen and it's illegal in
will.
your state? Is that going to affect your parenting time?
Nope.
Well, it might. And here's the situation. If a judge orders you to take a drug screen and it comes back hot for marijuana, and all other factors have you and the other parent equal, then yeah, it might have an effect, because the judge may take that into consideration in determining who gets custody or what kind of parenting time a parent gets. But I had a judge tell me not too long ago, if we took away all the kids from parents who smoke pot, then half the kids in the county would be taken away. And what he meant by that was, although it may be a big deal, it's just not a big enough deal to take kids away from parents. So it may have an effect, but probably not. What do you think about that?
I think, being a pot smoker, I had this issue come up in my divorce, and my ex-wife did everything she can to take my son from me because I smoked pot. And thank God I had a sensible judge that said he's got a medical marijuana license as long as he's not getting high in front of the kids, which no one has proved he's getting high in front of his kid. I don't see a problem with his marijuana use. I also live in a legal state that allows you to have medical marijuana. So if you live in an illegal state, it's probably best that you make it look like in court that you don't smoke pot. Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm still learning how to manipulate this stuff. Here we go.
I was in child support court a couple of weeks ago, and the case in front of mine involved a father who was working two jobs, one about 40 hours a week, the other between 15 and 20. He was making about $65,000 a year, and that was his income for child support purposes. The problem is that mom was only working 20 hours a week, a third the time that dad was working. She was bringing in about $25,000 a year, and that was going to be her income for child support purposes. Well, dad's attorney argued to the court very eloquently that the court should impute mom's income at $75,000. If mom's only working 20 hours, that's a third of what dad's working. So if you multiply 3 times the $25,000 that mom was bringing in, that'd be $75,000. Seems only fair, doesn't it? Well, the court didn't buy it. The court kept mom's income at $25,000 and dad's at $65,000. Dad had a huge child support bill. Doesn't seem fair, does it?
It doesn't seem fair because it's not fair, because if the roles were reversed, oh boy, that dude wouldn't get a damn thing. If the woman made 60 and the man made 20, they would tell the man to go make more money. They wouldn't give him shit. Unless he had full custody of the kids, which wouldn't happen if the woman made more money. So, yeah, that's an ugly one. Jeez.
Moms, don't use children as pawns. I get calls all the time from fathers telling me that mothers are refusing to give fathers parenting time with their children, absent a court order, when the father has maybe done something wrong or said something wrong or hadn't done something the mom wanted the father to do.
Why should I have to?
And so what the mom does is withhold the child. And I've seen it happen for months at a time until father can finally get the money together to hire an attorney and go to court and rectify the situation. I'm telling you, this usually is moms that do this. Moms, when you do that, you put yourself at a disadvantage, and here's why. One of the factors the court is going to look at in determining custody, visitation, parenting time, etc., is the propensity of both parents to foster a relationship with the other parent. And when you're acting like that and you're holding the child away from the other parent, the father, because he hadn't done something or has done something, you put yourself at a real disadvantage.
Yeah, I wish that was true. In most states, these women withhold the kids. My ex-wife, my first wife, which I never married, was common law. She withheld my kids for 42 weeks by putting in fake restraining order hearings. 42 weeks. Nobody did a damn thing. We even went to court one time. She was supposed to take the kids to McDonald's that day for me to pick up, and she didn't show up that day, the day of the court. There's just no ramification when they break these court orders when it comes to the visitation part. Once again, gentlemen, you can be put in jail for not paying child support for your children, but your ex cannot be put in jail for keeping those same kids from you. So the problem is the county gets money from child support. So they're going to make sure you pay it so they get their fucking money.
Got a call from a client the other day that's an all too familiar call. Came in about 4:30 on a Friday afternoon. When I picked the phone up, I could hear a kid screaming in the background. She said, "Mr. Richter, my child does not want to go be with Dad for the weekend. It's Dad's weekend time. What should I do?" I said, "Well, here's what the judge would do. A judge would ask you a couple of questions. Number one, what would happen on Monday morning if your kid woke up and didn't want to go to school and started pitching a fit? Would you let him stay home?" The answer is no. What would happen if he didn't want to eat certain foods that he needed to eat? Would you tell him, "Oh, it's okay. You can do what you want to do"? No, you'd make him eat them. What if he didn't want to go to church on Sunday morning, pitching a fit? He'd go to church. Same thing here. He needs to see his dad. He needs that relationship. Turns out the kid was fine. Kid went over to Dad's house, had a great time for the weekend. I actually called her up Monday morning. I said, "How did it go?" She said, "Oh, it went fine. Once he got over there, he was fine." That's what happens. Don't let kids control the situation. Be a parent. Be an adult. Do what you're supposed to do. Get the kid to Dad's.
Now that is a good mother. That is a good mother that made her son go to his father. That's a good mother. That's how it's supposed to be done. Hey, Bella. That's how it's supposed to be done. Sometimes kids don't want to cooperate. I have different rules in my house than my ex-wife, so I got a feeling I might hear this tomorrow because I don't allow social media in my house. I have a 10-year-old, and my ex-wife gave him an iPhone, an iWatch, and iPods for his ears, and he's constantly on that phone. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Social media shit's bad, especially for kids. Anyway, guys, I got to get back to work. It was nice seeing you guys today. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, baby. I'm going to try maybe to do another video today. We'll see, depending on how busy the store is. If it's slow, I could probably get it done. You guys have a good afternoon. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Trying to get to 50 subscribers. I've got 11. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.